Welcome, good evening. I'm back. 24 hours after I commentated the finale of Tier 5. We're now here on this Monday evening for Tier 6, final race in Tier 6. And it's gonna be a good one, because this is the only race with a real title decider in the final round. I'm gonna tell you all about it in a moment. The stream is working properly, so let me share again. So, it's up and running. So, final race of, not of the season, I think. No, it's not, because Tier 3 is also racing tonight, but it's not their final race for them, since we had that shenanigans with France in the middle of the season. And so that race is going to be raced again next Sunday, and I think, to be honest, that to avoid having a bad attendance once again, a lot of people that are trustworthy of being clean and everything can also join that race, I think, for Tier 3, since there is no championship really at stake. However, maybe there is, slightly. Well, anyway. So yeah, that's basically the real final tier race, next Sunday for Tier 3. However, I think Sohan is on his way to the title. But for Tier 6 it's already over after today. We will have open lobbies for Ebola next Thursday. I think I will mention it in the end. Some pre-season. And I think we have 35 entries at the moment, so you can still join. So if you would like to drive Ebola at Thursday, we will try out an experimental new format, with having a one-shot quali, a 5-lap sprint race, and then the result of the sprint race is the grid. And this is something, we really look like real F1. This is something we are, if like the turnout is, if the opinions about it are good, after the tryout next Thursday, we will implement that like the real F1 in some races of Season 8. So like they do in real F1 with like the sprint, the sprint qualifying and the sprint, yeah, that's a sprint qualifying. Basically this is also a sprint qualifying, but not like what they did 20 or so laps in real F1. But 5, and of course quali will be shorter, since, well, short quali 18 minutes is as long as one shot quali and 5 race laps, so I think timings wise this would be nice, but yeah, we'll see. That's all for later. Because today we're now gonna focus on this. On Tier 6, and we have a good turnout so far, 16 drivers. And yeah, this is the one and only real title decider. I think I mentioned it already yesterday that we had also a title decider in Tier 1 that was still active in the final race, or still running. but KP was 23 points behind Baraka, so that was more a technical note than an actual battle. For tier 6 it's different because we have Jack Olacco in the Ferrari and Black Charizard in the Red Bull. You also can see them both at the top of the list, so that's very how it's supposed to be. And they're in a fierce title fight. 6 points is the advantage for Jack. 6 points. And basically, those are the 6 points he earned with all the 6 fastest laps he got this year. He took the fastest lap and a place in the top 10 in Belgium, France, Austria, Monaco, Portugal and Russia. And Charizard didn't put in a single fastest lap over the year, so that's basically the difference. Results wise they have the same results. I think Jack has more wins. Yeah, he has 5, and Charizard only started after Jack already won 4 races and he has 3, so Charizard is more consistent over the year. He finished in the top 6 every round, and basically every round in the top 4, because in Portugal he finished in the top 4 but penalties put him back to P6. And Jack had some kind of more misfortune in 2 specific races, and those were Britain and Austria, where he finished 9th and 8th, but also every race in the points. So yeah, I will try to keep updated with like how the championship is running at any point in the race. We know that 6 points of a difference can come out equally with some results. But yeah, if Charizard is going to the win, the winner of the race is winning the championship if one of those 2 is winning. Since if Charizard is winning the race, however, wait. If Charizard wins the race and Jack's finished in 2nd with an extra point, they will be equal on points. That's lovely. Then Jack is gonna win the title because he has 5 wins against 4 of Charizard then. So that's kind of cool. Formats are already actually into play. Hello everyone in the chat. Okay. Burgers. Oh, that's the B. Or that could be the B. Yeah, we know him as a Pokemon, but yeah. And that's basically what it's all about. Some people ask for post-race interviews. I normally don't do, but yeah, if the top 2 is up and ready for it, I can do. But it will be more something as a conversation, because I'm very bad in interviewing people. I'm just good in talking to people, so I think I will do that. And maybe a potential other race winner if that happens. If someone else wins the race, it hasn't happened that often. However, I think half of the races are won by different people. Igor won 1 race this year, Cillian, Ahmed, Shadow Sword, and he did twice, yeah. But yeah, Ahmed is not in it anymore, Igor not, and Cillian is still a reserve, which doesn't show up lately. So yeah, maybe Shadow Sword can do something. Maybe Steamer can also do something. He scored 3 podiums in the final 5 races, and although he missed the first 8 races, he is already in P8 in the championship. And there are also some other stuff going on. There is a battle for P3, basically, between the McLaren drivers. Dove has an advantage of 9 points over his teammate with a Profit, and I see Dove has a slightly different name, but I can still call them Dove, so that's good. O'Leary is still in the running, maybe for a P3. He's slightly further behind, and maybe even Shadow Sword can play into the mix for top 5 notification in the end. And then we have some people that can still pass Ahmed, like Stumacher and Major. And maybe VPN can do something in the second Red Bull. He is 13th in the standing for the 32 points. constructors, it's still possible for Red Bull to win, but I think we will be mainly focusing on the drivers, since Ferrari is 33 points ahead of Red Bull. That's gonna be a hard one. It was a much bigger gap, but since VKN joined Charizard as his teammate at Red Bull, it went quite well in especially Portugal and Russia. Yeah, the gap is 33 points. McLaren is firmly in third, Aston Martin firmly in fourth, and AlphaTauri also firmly in fifth. So, not a big deal over there. So I see Pinside's geezer is not gonna make it because of his internet. That can make the constructors fairly more interested, since he is now the teammate of Jack in the Ferrari. I hope he can join later on, to be honest. So first we have qualifying 16 drivers, I think. I think even Mike is here among us. I'm gonna see what works out. I see it right track so far. Let me go to the chat box again. Yeah, thank you all for the kind words. I hope we have not so many tiers next season that I can commentate. That I don't have to choose which tier I commentate, to be honest. But yeah, possibly, I think we're kind of sure that there won't be 6 tiers next season. I think a lot of people just signed up because new game, and a lot of them already left already, so the hype is not really that big anymore. However, the people that now stay are in for the long game, I hope. So I think we're now at 85 entries for next season, so that will even mean 4 tiers and some reserves. So this is the final tier 6 race in ALR for a while, because we're definitely not gonna get a tier 6, and that's for the better, since I can then commentate. Mike, what's Mike saying? Oh yeah, we're of course gonna watch Mike during quali, because that's what he asked for. That's his first spin, and he is out. So luckily I caught that on camera, and I am very hard trying now to not laugh about this. Okay, let's go to some real action. What's first? What's first? Over the light, sorry. Oh, this is... Oh my god. Sorry, that's fast. Oh. 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 Just try to race, Mike, come on. Just put it on full traction control if you need to. There's another one, another casualty in turn 11 already, that's Dove. So I think Major is still the first one, and his teammate will follow after. Exactly, Mike. If you're gonna spin, if you do that, then I'm not sure what... If you then crash, you have a legitimate reason to say, okay, I'm done with it. Let's see if Major survives this corner. I just want to talk up true in Dutch. It's still valid though. So we got 2 casualties already. Yeah, Australia is a bitch. I normally drive without traction control, and I went back to medium traction control because I wanted to finish. And I was slow as fuck, but I at least finished. So yeah, main goal. Objective. Let me see if I can bring this up to... Major goes for the first time, 24-8. Leon will follow him in 25.0, which is very early out. 25.5. And is Jack gonna yeah, he's gonna cross the line sooner than Black Charizard. 22.5, ladies and gentlemen. I think Charizard can even go quicker than that. No, that was a banker lap. Or a lap on mediums, wait a minute. Still, I think he can do better on mediums, but... Okay. And there are some yellows at some poor parts of the track, but nobody retires of it. And Shadow's fault also on the medium tire. Mike, come back! Jeez. 23.7, that's a very good lap on mediums. Profit to a 25.3, that was some kind of an in-lap. Big Stumacher will be next. He went on slightly later than everyone else. Oh, that was his setup and he still spun, okay. I hope you have the right camera settings, Mike, that's also going to help you, by the way. And that's a pretty neat lap by Stumacher, 23.9, he is up to P3. I'm not sure. Sometimes I follow Charizard because he does a second lap after, and he doesn't do that now. I think VPN did a second lap, he went to a 25.1. So, fuck off with your internet connection. Is my internet really bad? I don't know. Yeah, the quality is not that bad. That well. Okay. Let's see, he's on a new lap, Cannon Furnace. So it was immediately a great lap by Jack. He's still 1.2 seconds clear of the whole field. And the drivers are in. You still have 4 drivers that need to set a lap. Maybe I can put up some lap data. And oh, someone went off ahead of us. It's a Merc on a no. Should be yeah, it's a Merc. So O'Leary, yeah, it was O'Leary, of course. I was thinking, I was watching Tej, but he is in the pits, so... So Cullen Fern for his first lap, he did well some races ago, and he goes to P5 with a 24.3. Let's see what Swear can do. He was disqualified for 2 races, I think, yeah, he was. He had too many penalty points. So yeah, he basically had a quali ban and a race ban, and if you got a race ban, then an extended quali ban means that you got a double race ban. So, but I hope we won't see that again. See people lifting over there. That's the best thing you could do, to be honest. After that, we'll go to Union Cracks. Well, I see now that Shadow Sword is 1,000th quicker than O'Leary on the medium, so that's interesting. Oh, that looked weird. He was like, I think he was afraid that he lost the back end of the car, and then yeah, that's not a really good lap. Or maybe he backed out to do a better one. It's also possible, and Indian Grex goes into the wall after he clipped too much of the outside curb of turn 11, and that was his attempt for a lap, and that's over now. We have 9 in tier 3 as well though. Yeah, tier 3 is a shambles, even with Reaper in it. That's weird. Just drive the race, because for the last round in France, like, a lot of people can potentially join, so don't worry about that. Nuve went out of the way, so he has his eye on a new lap, and Major retired, and that's way further than turn 11. Okay. Yeah, that was way further than turn 11. So. Okay, that's quicker on the lap. No, he isn't, by the way. So I think no, he backed off again. So let's go to our championship contender, who is on the softs now and 4/10 up on his time. Oh my god. I really don't like the quality of the stream, but I think it's working. And that's at least the most important. Normally it's better to watch it back than actually watch it live, but yeah, anyway. Church had come in across the line in 20-7, and that's interesting because that's slightly more than a tenth of Jack's time. Not a lot of people are out. Leon is out, but invalidated. So Wicked Prophet is next. He lost a little bit in the second sector. And there was a random tire there. Maybe I can... Still win the championship, that's right. Wicked goes to 24-2. Up to P6. So I think it's time for Jack to react. He's almost a tenth quicker. It's purple second sector. He improves to more than a tenth. So he's on his way to an improvement. Not a really big one, but improvement enough. So he's on his way to a 22-4 at the moment, which will bring him 3/10 clear of Charizard. So there he comes across the line, and it's indeed a 22-3. He even had found some more times. Two macros going in. Leon maybe on the valid lap. That's kind of a high expectation from him sometimes. So where's everyone? Is that basically only Tatch is on the lap now. Everyone waiting. A purple second sector, sure game. Love to see him go 3 seconds quicker than he is. But Tatch is on pad tonight. He hasn't driven on pad in 10 years. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Tatch is doing league racing for 10 years. He is I could say one of the founders of PSGL, which is one of the biggest leagues at the moment. So, and oh wow, that's actually very, very cool. He had at the exact same time as VPN, and he has now joined the pack time-wise with a 24.583. There's a spin from a Haas, or a Haas that goes out of the way, I think. So let's go for Swag. He also needs a competitive lap time. He hasn't had one so far yet. Everyone in the pit except for the guys who are basically down the grid at the moment. He's 2.8 seconds quicker, so okay. Yeah, he should be, by the way. He's 5 seconds off pole at the moment, so he better be. This looks like the first real attempt. Hope he doesn't validate it. After him, Move is coming. I think Taj had a little bit of an issue in turn 11. Luckily not in his timed lap. And Swag goes to P3. Very close to Charizard, to be honest. He's challenging over there, and Move is joining the pack with a 24-4, which puts him into 9th. So only Leon is now far down, and our 3 driver not. I'm just gonna invite him, by the way. There's no reason he should. Mike, come back. The bitch is playing Gran Turismo. That's also a game where he spins. So, is there actually anyone already doing something? That he has the Martins. Okay, so let's follow VKN for a lap. Let's go on board with him. He has to improve on his 24.583. There's a McLaren coming out of the pits just in front of him. The top 5 still in. That's very nicely from Wicked, but he could also just turn the corner and go out of the way on the asphalt there, because it wasn't really that close in my opinion. And almost 2 tenths already for VTM. Mike! You can't just say... That's an unnotified absence, Mike, for you. Oh, yeah, too much curb there on the inside of 9? Yeah, turn 9. If you like crash within a lap, Mike, then it's fine. Okay. Two macros on the lap. Yeah, okay, no, I'm kidding. If you don't want it, you don't need to. But... And Nuve is out, but where? In the pits, I think. I think he's done, and Shadow Sword's also done. Interesting, because I don't think those guys are on track. So Stumac are coming through the line. And improves to 23 flat, P4. He can do another lap. Yeah, he's doing a new lap, okay. So, we can then go to Cunninfern. He's invalidated, and that's it for him. But he did a good 23.6, so I'm sure it's something. Leon, please tell me you got something. So, still, he had put in a banker lap. That's not like, you can beat that with on the mediums, and he does so. 24-1 on the mediums, so he's doing the same thing as Shadow Sword. And Jack missed the flag? I think he did. I think Jack missed the flag. He's finished on my screen. Oh yeah, Mike, you have every reason to try at least. But if you don't want it, don't do, of course. Don't blame me for stuff, of course. I think O'Leary went across the line in 23.4, which put him into P5. I don't think Stumacher was still on the lap, so he went in. So it's all for Charizard now to play. VKN improves slightly to 24.2.
There's no attempt for Jack, and he is doing it. He is actually doing it. Because I think Jack missed the flag. At least that's what my visuals are saying. And Charizard grabs the pole with a 22-2. And yeah, that's it. He was also the final one to come around. So, very impressive job. Yeah, blaming me is the front door. Yeah. Sure. So this is it. Like Charizard is doing exactly what he needs to do. Because if the race finishes like this, he will be champion unless Jack takes the fastest lap. Swag in third, 22.7, Stumacher with a 23 flat. I think those two and Shadow Sword and maybe Leon are also contenders for the win, and maybe also O'Leary. He's in 5th, Cannonford in 6th, then Shadow Sword and Leon, Wicked Prophet and VKN. And 3 guys that didn't sell a lap because they crashed out before, Dove, Gregs and Mike. And Noob, Tetch and Major can pick whatever tire they want. But it was enough. Yeah, I think you are, Mike, because you joined like... And otherwise, you won't think that's too much of a problem. It's slightly darker now. Or rainish. Could definitely be something cool. Maybe your AI would spin less than yourself. Well, can't invite you because you... Okay, here we go. Some red lights. And some of them are going out, all of them are going out, and we're on the way for the title decider. And I suppose that Mike could start. And there is an Alpine on the outside. Oh my goodness. And Jack did the best thing he can do. Because if he would have spun there, then there will be some more trouble. There are some battles here. And there is a Red Bull there going over the white tarmac. And let's see who is crashing here. Well, it isn't Mike, but there were some problems for Noob, Indian Gregs and Leon. And close battle here, by the way. I'm not sure if Stumacher is losing the position there or gaining. No, he's definitely losing because he spun out, I think, on the exit curve there and is now way down in 13 suddenly. Does he have damage? No, he doesn't. Okay, so he just spun. Okay. That's Mike, I think. Yeah, Mike crashed in his first attempt of turn 11. Just lift every time you go through turn 11, maybe that will help. Okay, so first lap complete, and for Jack it's essential to keep in check with Charizard, who got the fast lap of course. Major is in. And we have a move by Wicked Prophet on O'Leary for P5. Yeah, and they're still kind of close to each other, and Shadow Sword is following. Major in, Mike in, Leon in, so it's horrendous stuff there for the Alfa Romeo boys. And the top two already driving away. Swag is trying to keep close to them, but yeah, he already has the fear that he will fall out of the DRS race. And there is again some issues there. with yellow flags and Shadow Sword dropping positions. Jack is closing in. This is what we want to see, of course. The quality is so bad, by the way. Or maybe it's just for me. It's not that bad. You can actually see stuff. I think Mike spun on hards, which are the coldest tires, so that's, yeah, that's possible. Oh, there's a VC. I was already thinking, why is he revving down? Mike, you're affecting the race. Like we want. Nowadays, VCs can go over into real safety cars. Sometimes without your knowledge even. So. Shadow Sword is coming in, that's unfortunate of his try on medium strategy. He's going to the hard with it in front wing, and that's a very closely look up of the front wing guy. Yeah. Reason to be that much. Okay, so. And he's coming out just behind Major. So, does Mike need a new front wing, by the way? Yeah, he does. I hope they have a lot of them at Alpine. And there was a drive-through penalty from Major. And we're back on the way, and let's see how... Oh god. It sounded a little bit laggy. The connection is not the best. But what we do see is that Jack is close enough to Charizard once again. They are also actually the closest battle on track, so... Oh wait, Mike is hearing me when he's driving. Come on, you can do it! There he comes. There he comes on the outside into 3. And Charizard defending gracefully. I think the DRS is gonna be a major player in this battle, since that will see that the guy behind will have an advantage every time. Because I think they're quite closely matched on race pace, but yeah, the number 2 is always has some kind of benefit. And yeah, Swag Boy is following a little bit. And Liam with the fastest lap now, 26.3. I think Mike is somewhere in traffic, so he will come towards turn 11 in a minute. And these two are actually very close to each other. I think Mike spun again, by the way. And Charizard takes the fast flat back from Liam with the 26th flat, which can be important for him. Let's see what Jack is going to do now. Yeah, Charizard's going to take that defensive line all the time. It's just about... So he's now alongside him, and he's gonna... And now we are curious to see if Charizard can do the same as what Jack did, like following kind of easily, and maybe try to re-overtake him also with the use of DRS. So DRS is helping actually in this battle to make it slightly more exciting. And Leon is really challenging Charizard for the fastest lap, 25.8. And everyone else is out of a second of each other, so it's very good. And that's the end for Mike. He tried. And he's called the safety car, and Jack goes in. However, it would be cool if he... Oh, whoa! And Swag... Well, he's now back with the leading too, to be honest. After breaking at the limit. I see Mike, take your rest, man. You had a good season. So a lot of people are coming in, not everyone. Especially not, of course, VKN, because he would have got to double stack with Charizard. At the same, no, not the same for someone else, but that means that Jack is basically already back in P3 because everyone decides to pick. Can also people just go for a bold move and Major is out, by the way? He had a horrid race so far. But I said this some races before that if you're out of the top 10, or especially late on in the race, don't pit after 5 laps of softs. Safety cars can trigger safety cars, but yeah, I don't blame them. Maybe this time it's the best thing to do. This is a very good camera angle, by the way. I like this. So everyone can now rejoin the pack. Also Dove. People are on a wide variety of strategies. Jack and Charizard both went to the softs again, so they go for the 2-stop. Swag went to hards, Noof to nothing. He went because he was already on the mediums. He just used it to gain track position, but Stumacher switched to hards, O'Leary to softs, Stumacher to mediums. What I want to say is that like everyone is doing something differently, and that's what I like. So I Shadow Sword and Lee are the only two that were already pitted some laps before. So coming furthest in now. Why? So, but this, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna mean something. Because we got VKN, the teammate of Charizard, now in front of Jack. And what's Jack doing? What did he do? He went off track. If you go off track under a safety car, if you lose a position because of that, you can't like overtake him back. So basically his daring maneuver of a couple of laps ago was all for nothing. Because he outbroke himself under a safety car into turn 1. That's interesting. Yeah, he's not trying to overtake him again, because yeah, if you're off track under a safety car, drivers may pass you. That was some of the weirdest shit I've seen in a while. So VPN can now play the team game and let Charizard through easily, and then block Jack. I wanted to see something else, that he was going to block Jack and then hoping for Charizard to make a move on him, but yeah, this is also doable, yeah. Sure. Okay. By the way, I thought it was like cloudy at the beginning of the race, and now it's getting more sunny, so I think the weather is fine for the moment. We still have 14 drivers in competition, and there's still a little bit of lag going on, but yeah. I hope like the stream is only that bad for me, but yeah. Otherwise, I think people can see it. So, safety car is in this lap, and it's interesting because I don't think there will be pressure from behind for the title contenders, since Swag is on hard. So what's VKN gonna do? He has to, of course, do some sort of restart before he can let Charizard pass. He's going for it, and Jack is very alert. Yeah, he's going to let him through. He's going to let him through. Oh, but also Jack. Okay, come on. No, come on. So Jack has an incredible run now. He's already alongside. Doesn't have DRS now, and I think Charizard is pumping a lot of DRS. And he tried that outside maneuver once again, but couldn't complete it. And at the moment, it's Charizard up in front, and there is the crucial first penalty for Jack, which can play a big role in the end. And I think I also want to know who got the fastest lap at the moment. Can I just see that somewhere, please? Yeah, it's Leon at the moment, so that's not an issue at the moment. Okay. Oh, and some problems for the McLaren. Prophet is losing a lot of positions and he's now under threat by Shadow Sword. Got a spicy here also in the midfield. And I think O'Leary went round and missed a part of his front wing. Next casualty in turn 11, but at least he's not out of the race. So yeah, okay. So both Mercedes are down because Taj also had some kind of problem during the restart since he's already 7 seconds back. Yeah, I could also, by the way, this are penalties yet, and only 2 guys have to stop again, and the biggest gainers are Vicky and Lou, but also Indian Gregs, who came from the back, and is now up into P7. Shadow Sword with some kind of misfortune in turn 1, and yeah. Still moves are being made, but I try to focus a little bit on this. Of course. However, Indian Grax is very close to Noof for P5. Noof is on older mediums. So the top 2 is gone. VKN is, well, it was very politely from him to get out of the way of the title fight, but as a teammate of Charizard, he was allowed to do something. And Grax has a position on Noof, who's now further under pressure by Stumacher, who is coming back from the back after some problems early on. And are we gonna see some team tactics? We see some team tactics, or just a fair fight at McLaren. Dove passing Wicked Prophet. Dove is on the softer tire. That's weird. They both switched positions while Swag, well, they were at the beginning of the straight, so I think VKM made some sort of mistake and Swag has now passed him. And is up into P3. I saw Charizard take the fastest lap, so at the moment they're still equal on points. And there is a big crash there by Leon, who is in the wall. And that can cause a safety car, and it indeed does. And I think he clipped someone because he lost it far down that straight. Not like in the actual turn 1 or turn 2, but yes, somewhat more further. So yeah, this second safety car, this would be the time I would have pitted from the softs. And that's something VKM can do now. This is playing into his hands. And that's our third retirement. I hope Liam can do something. He had some issues in the beginning of the race, went on softs, and unfortunately retired. So we have our second safety car. And surely these 2 are not going into the pits now, right? You can't predict safety cars, but this was the more ideal one for... Oh, he's doing it. Okay, he's doing it. Yeah. Well, if you commit, you can't go back, so... Charizard was very closely to the pit lane entry, and... It's interesting that he does this. Mediums till the end? No way. It's kinda early. VKN and Indy Cracks are also pitting. VKN I can understand. Well, Jack, it's an interesting strategy. He's back in P9 now, because now he... Well, last time he was followed by almost the whole grid. But now, that didn't happen. And this is interesting because now Charizard is by far champion. So the pressure is on. And yeah, I'm afraid we have to watch and wait for O'Leary, who is still here. Okay. I don't think the safety car of Mike was on purpose, Ted, don't worry. He basically crashed in every lap he did, so... we will go another lap. So we have Charizard at front on quite good softs. Then Swagboy, who went to a hard strategy, which he can make work if there are enough laps behind the safety car. Then we got Stumacher with back up to the front thanks to some great overtakes after his misfortune in lap 1. He went for medium, so he's gonna stop again, I would assume. Then Noof, who didn't pit since the beginning of the race, since lap 1, technically. Indian Grax is in for another set of softs, okay. Then we got Dove on softs, Wicked Prophet on hards, Gun Fern on softs, Shadow Sword on hards, and then we've got Jack and VPN is close to him. And then the both Merc guys. Hello, Louis. Now, at the back of the queue. Okay, here we go. Oh, I think I missed something, by the way. I'm sorry. This is the restart, and Swag has a penalty because he hit Charizard during the restart. And yeah, there are already some moves made here by indeed Dove, who is on the softs. Oh my goodness. They don't have damage, so that was surely lag. And Noof is getting past left, right and center, and let's see from the point of view from Jack what he has to endure over here, because it's an absolutely mess here. Noof is going slowly and a little bit lagging. Confirm is gonna take it down the inside there on his new softs, and I think Jack will follow. Oh my god. He doesn't have damage, he almost pushed Noof into the wall, and there is VPN coming. Noof has serious problems, by the way. Shadow Sword with the move, and there are some yellow flags because some guys spun, and well, Jack survived that without getting any more damage. No, he didn't get some. So Charizard can drive away a little bit, and there his move on the inside. That was dangerous, and he almost clipped him that much that he would have spun, but luckily it didn't happen. Very fortunate there that nothing happened during a potential pass on Cannon Phone. I think he backed out also when he realized that it could go wrong here. And it's over for Tej on the straight. Okay. Yeah, he was already having a horrific time on the pad. It's such less practice for him, so Charizard is creating some sort of a gap to Swag, of course. And this is an incredible run by VKN, who is on much fresher mediums compared to Shadow Sword, and almost getting into a spin. Shadow Sword gave him the space, but yeah, he braked significantly later than VKN. got much confidence into that corner. But into front, cutting firm with another move, now on Wicked Prophet, who's on the hard, so that's kind of logic. And now for Jack, this is a next position he has to take. On his conquest to the front, and that's gonna be a lot easier for him when Prophet is outbreaking himself into the penultimate corner, and Jack now up into P6. But from this moment on, it's gonna be slightly harder with the overtake, since people are on softs in front of him. At least he does have the newest tires of all of them. And there is a train forming behind there. Charizard up to 3 seconds of a lead. Stubacker also not being able to get close to Swag. And for Jack it's now the well, his target is now to reel in Cunninfern, who is in P5. So Groove had really some problems during the restart. He is still driving, still the same tires. TKN almost losing it there. To be honest, I think Cunninfern, I don't think Cunninfern is getting overtaken. I think he is going to make the overtake. And it's going to be on Dove. He has some bad pace on the mediums at softs at the moment. And it's interesting because Jack can't keep up with him at the moment. And Nuve had a problem in 11. And Vikiello has a problem. And he almost went for it. What's happening there? I don't know, I can't like go for it. Right. Fastest lap still Charizard, okay. It's funny, Jack is not in the within, or well he is now, but he has some companies from Wicked Prophet behind him who can actually follow him quite well on all the hearts. This is all great stuff for Charizard, to be honest. Almost has 5 seconds now. Confirm closing in here again on Dove. But Charizard has to stop soon, of course. And that's a very good move around the outside for Confirm, who, well, he is on an equal, I can at least claim that he is quicker from Dove, since they are on significant tires, and Dove goes in, and he is not the only one. Charizard is in, going for the mediums, and he is going till the end. And the question is Jack going to do that too? Because at the moment he is just, of course, past him. There is a speeding penalty there. And Charizard comes back into P9. So this is interesting. Jack now on the back of Cunninfern. There are yellows. By the way. A bit pro for Charizard. Yeah, but I'm sorry, that's like, my internet's not that great. I already mentioned, I hope it was only for me an issue, but I tried to talk everyone through it, and Swag just retires from the lead in turn 11. He was a contender for it, and he just bottles on lead. Astonishing. Okay, so that's a contender for the win out of the way, like I said in the beginning. Cunninfern is in after 10 laps of softs, and so Jack is back up into P2. He has one problem in front of him, that's Stubacker, who, however, I don't think Stubacker is gonna make it on those tires. It's a different story for Wicked Prophet, because he's on the hards. He can maybe make that. But also for Jack, I'm questionable, and now this is like... the fight for P3, where VKN on, well, better mediums is trying to pass Wicked Prophet, and also Shadow Sword is following, but he is on all the hearts. So we have got only 11 cars left. In this race. Let's see what happens with the process of Charizard. He has to. And it's... wow, that was very easy. Almost looked like O'Leary just gave him the position. Yeah, the penalty can still mean something. And Charizard has to well, go for a gap. He's 4 seconds down behind Charizard. He has to try and, well, catch up to those guys. These three are very close to each other. Oh my god, is it really that bad? Yeah, it's really that bad. Okay. Okay, it just went out. That's very nice. Let's go for a new one. Nou, hij loopt, hij is gewoon klaar.